Item F, adopt resolution authorizing city manager to execute contract with Design, Community, and Environment in an amount not to exceed $147,739 for the preparation of zoning code and subdivision map ordinance update. And Mr. Ackman?
Thank you, and good evening, City Council. As the City Council knows, we recently adopted a general plan in March of this year. It was our first comprehensive general plan update in over 2 decades. And the second step to this comprehensive update is the update of our zoning code. And what the zoning code is the regulations within the municipal code that regulate land use as well as development within San Bruno. And this also includes, the update also includes an update to our subdivision ordinance. An example of what we'll be updating, the old general plan did not include a transit corridor area. So our current zoning code does not include a transit corridor area. It just has normal commercial zoning. So that will be one example of what we update our zoning code map as well as the regulations that go with the transit corridor area. Simpler one, daycares currently are only allowed within residential zones within San Bruno. Our new general plan wants to encourage daycares not only in residential neighborhoods where people live, but also in commercial areas where people work so they could be close. So we'll be updating our zoning code to reflect that general plan policy. Minor zoning code updates have been done over the years, probably 1 or 2 a year over the past 20 years. But the last comprehensive update was done in 1982, so an amount of time has passed. The primary goals that we'll be going over with the zoning code update is first, obviously, updated to be consistent with the general plan and state law, but also updated to be consistent with the ongoing planning efforts that we have now. As you know, we're also doing a housing element, residential design guidelines, the transit corridor plan. So since those are running on parallel tracks, it'll take a lot of coordination with staff to make sure that all those updates are also included in the zoning code update. The second goal is to make the zoning code easier to use, to make it easier for a resident or a business owner or someone looking to do business within San Bruno to understand what they could do with their property. This includes the use of graphics and also realizing that a majority of people, if not all people now, access the zoning code first through our website versus going and asking for a copy of the written zoning code. Regarding the selection process, we sent out 22 requests for proposals to various planning firms within the state of California. We received 6 proposals, all from qualified firms, and they all proposed similar budgets that range from $141,000 to $175,000. We had an interview panel, and we interviewed all 6 firms that turned in proposals, and the Design, Community, Environment was the top selection of the interview panel. And the main reason was their approach to sustainability. They had a really good approach to sustainability, including turning in a sustainability audit that showed how we were with our landscaping code and how we could improve. They also showed a great use of graphics. I passed out just a sample code that Design, Community, Environment did for the city of Chino. Right now we have 1 or 2 examples in our own code, so I want to have a lot more samples of graphics to make the zoning code easier to use. They also showed a great use of technology as well as their plan for interaction with staff over the zoning code update process. Quick background on Design, Community, Environment. They're a Bay Area firm. They've worked in over 75 California cities, including doing zoning code updates in nearby Bay Area cities. And once again, I passed out an example of their zoning code. There's also other examples available on the web. Regarding the process itself, I won't go into the individual details. Those are all within your written report in terms of the tasks. But they are proposing this will take about 10 months to go over this. And although the timeline might change based on the other planning processes to make sure that they line up and everything's consistent between the transit corridor plan as well as in the zoning code. And the next time that the City Council will see the zoning code update will be in a joint study session, a kickoff meeting to go over with Design, Community, Environment, to go over what the objectives are for the zoning code update. So with that, I recommend approval, and I can take any questions.
Questions from council? Councilman Rivera?
Aaron, how will the soon-to-be adopted residential design guidelines be incorporated in this? I mean, it's my understanding it's a separate document, but will there be overlap and repeat information?
Yeah, I think they'll be incorporated by reference, so there'll be mandatory findings for approval that you'll have to make for a residential addition, let's say. And one of those mandatory findings for approval are, the addition has to be consistent with the residential design guidelines as adopted by resolution by the city council. But there are other areas in terms of design where we may incorporate some of the graphics from those residential design guidelines into the zoning code, just to make it easier for the user.
Thank you.
Other questions? Action from council?
Through the chair, I'll introduce the resolution for adoption.
Roll call, please.
Councilmember Ibera.
Aye.
Councilmember O'Connell.
Aye.
Councilmember Medina.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Ruane.
Aye.
Mayor Franzella.
Aye.